Hey, lovers! Welcome to the Book Lovers Club, the podcast where we celebrate Black Sapphic love stories, one book at a time. I'm your host, Joy, a married lesbian, lifelong book lover, and relational communication scholar. Here, we don't just read the romance, we learn from it. I believe that love stories can do more than just entertain us. They can teach us how to love better, how to see ourselves more clearly, and how to create the love life of our dreams. Each week, I'll dive into sapphic stories written for us and by us, while weaving in personal insights and communication lessons you can take off the page. So grab your drink, get cozy, and let's turn the page together. Welcome to the club. Hey, book lovers! Welcome back to another episode of the Book Lovers Club. And do y'all know what time it is? It is time for the Hunger Games. Let the Hunger Games begin, okay? And by Hunger Games, I mean the fight for tickets for some of these book events that are dropping, okay? It feels like every book event has tickets on sale this month. And the tickets for Black Romance Book Fest go on sale next week. In fact, it's less than a week away. Tickets go on sale on August 14th. So, the book girlies are preparing to go to war to get these tickets. It's about to be a fight. And I hope y'all got y'all strategies and your plans together, your funds, your budgets, because it's about to get real messy in these book streets because not everybody can go. So we're going to see who's lucky enough to land those tickets. But I was lucky enough to go to Black Romance Book Fest this year. And I wanted to share some tips with y'all for those who are preparing to get tickets next week. But in this episode, I will be talking a little bit about Tethered by TJ Williams, which is one of our August book picks. The other book that we're reading this month, which is A Queen's Paradise by T. Unique, I'll discuss a little bit more about that next week. And then on the 22nd, that is when I'll drop my episode where I do my deep dive and talk about the books and give spoilers and my reviews and ratings. But today is going to be a yap fest. I apologize in advance, okay? I have a lot to discuss and a lot to say, and it's time to say it. But before I get into that, I told y'all already, this is my anniversary month. On August 30th, it'll be a year since I launched this podcast, and I am going to be spending this entire month taking just a little time in each episode to just celebrate everything that I've accomplished this year on this podcast, and really to just show gratitude for all of my listeners and supporters because y'all have been sticking around and supporting me and listening to me talk about books. And the gratitude is real and runs deep around here, okay? Every time I look and see my stats and numbers and like, wow, y'all are really listening to me, it really blows my mind. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay? But because I am celebrating this month, I am dropping some bonus content. So I have some additional author interviews that will be airing this month. And one of them is an interview with Avery Irons. She is a Black Sapphic author and writes historical fiction. My wife and I are currently finishing up her book that we started called Belonging to the Air. And y'all, the book is so good. You can just tell that she really put a lot of work and research into this book. But I am so excited for y'all to hear this interview and learn more about her, okay, and about the book so that y'all will go out and read that and let's support her. The other author that's coming on my podcast is Latoya Hankins. All right, she is a fellow sorority girl, and we definitely had a good time yapping about sorority life and her books. But her book that I'll be reading this month is called K-Row, The Sweet Taste of Sisterhood. All right, so if you are a fellow sorority girl or just want to hear about sorority girls and a little bit of mess, go ahead and check out that book and read it with me because I will be adding that to my August TBR. But her interview will be dropping this month as well. The other author interview that I'm dropping this month is one with Erica Alexander. She joined me in the studio to talk with me about her book that came out in July, Sweet as Pie, which is the second book in her ex roommates series. So, those of you who are like me that loved Sweet Like Honey, this is book two. But, you know, Erica Alexander is so consistent. Like, she don't miss. I love all her books. So, she's one of my auto buy authors. If you haven't read a lot of books by her, we also read Where There's Smoke this year, which is one of my top Black Sapphic reads. So if you haven't read that one, you need to go get your life. In fact, just go and start working through her catalog because we are some Erica Alexander fans around here. But before I start yapping about that, let's talk about Black Romance Book Fest, okay? So like I said, tickets go on sale on August 14th. So, as someone who just went to Black Romance Book Fest, I just wanted to share a few tips for you all who are starting to plan and make arrangements to get your tickets. It really is the Hunger Games. I know that we joke a lot, but it really is, especially if you are somebody who did not buy tickets this last year and who may not know just how fast that event sold out. It's going to be even more competitive this year. I'm telling you, it really will sell out. So, make sure that you got your technology set and ready to go. Be logged in and ready to go right when those tickets go on sale because you really can miss your window to buy. They go fast. Okay? And after all of the press and the footage that the event got this past year, I really do expect this event to be a lot more competitive. It's going to be a lot more people wanting to get tickets, and it's going to make it a little harder. So make sure you are ready, logged in. In fact, this might be one of those purchases that you need to use your computer for. But I am a millennial, the type of millennial that uses their phone to do everything. And I was able to secure all of my tickets last year using my phone. But a lot of people did encounter some tech issues and things like that. So just make sure you have all of that good to go. It probably wouldn't even hurt to have more than one computer pulled up if that's the concern, okay? So I remember this past year, I had my phone up, my wife had her computer up, and we were trying to figure it out, okay? And luckily, I was able to get tickets. So may the odds be ever in your favor because it really is the Hunger Games. In fact, all of these book events have been selling out. So that's just something to be mindful of, y'all. These tickets are going fast. So if you have an opportunity, don't wait. They said there's a 15-minute window, which is actually a really long time to stay in the queue to get your ticket. So make sure you got your payment arrangements set up, and they accept all type of payments, even Afterpay and Klarna. So just make sure you got everything set and good to go so you do not miss your window to get your tickets. All right? Make sure you do your research beforehand because they definitely dropped a very lengthy, extensive FAQ because they like, look, stop asking us these questions. Go and look at the FAQ page because we're tired, boss. Okay? So make sure you do your research and you go and look at those questions and get all of your questions answered before it's time to purchase. Because once it's time, that's it. Okay? And like I said, the tickets sell out fast. Another thing that I recommend is staying at the host hotel. I had a really good experience staying at the host hotel. But, this venue that they have, there's other hotels that are connected to it via the Skyway or the Sky Bridge, I think it's called. So, do your research, check your budget, shop around. Something to look into, I don't think that people always consider is how much the valet costs, especially if you're someone who's going to be driving in. I think the hotel that the event is hosted at, the valet is like $67 a day, which that could be very expensive for some people because it adds up. So just be mindful of that research, shop around because you'll have some options, especially with the other hotels being connected to this one via the Sky Bridge. So take that into consideration into your budget. I also recommend the moment you buy your tickets to reserve your hotel room because the hotel room blocks will go fast too. So if you can, secure everything so you don't have anything to stress about. And then now, between now and June of next year, you have all that time to start paying on it and paying it off so you can go into the event without having any lingering costs. And then now you could just worry about buying your books and securing your book haul, okay? So I think the money and the funding and financing the events, that's the hardest part. And with all of these book events dropping tickets in August, I know it is a very difficult time for a lot of us, okay? Black Romance Book Fest is the only event that I am planning to buy tickets for. I do attend some of the smaller, more local book events. So I follow some of the bookstores here in Chicago. And when they have book events, I go. I like a small book event. Okay. Like I told y'all in the last episode, I intentionally plan to keep my book events smaller and intimate because that's more my speed. I really only got this energy for Black Romance Book Fest. Okay. After going to a book event of that size, I don't think that I could do that multiple times a year. I am a lot more introverted than I am extroverted. You got to know who you are. You got to know what type of person you are. I can't do those type of big conferences multiple times in a year and definitely not back to back like that. So that ain't going to work for me. I thought about going to Plots and Pours and decided not to get tickets. And luckily, congratulations to them, they sold out as well. Okay, it's so many book events. Some of them look great. Okay, I just know myself. So I'm only really planning to get tickets to Black Romance Book Fest. And then whenever Jaquel J's tickets go on sale for ESS Lit in the City for 2028, I will be trying to get tickets to her event. It's some authors that I love so much that whatever they got going on, I want to try to be there. I don't care. I will be sleep deprived, social battery, tank on E. And I'm going to do what I got to do to be at those events. And Jaquel J is one of them. This is a Black Sapphic book podcast, okay? However, I am a Jaquel J stan. And I don't care what I got going on and what I'm doing. That woman will get some airtime out of me because I am a stan. I am in her cult. All right. I love her down. I feel the same way about Granger. Those are my top two favorite authors. I don't care. I cannot hide and conceal the love that I have for them. So if they having something going on, I don't care. I'm going to try to be there. So them two women, they always see me. Okay. They will always see me. My Black Sapphic authors, they going to always see me. That's who I'm about. Everything else, if I can make it shake, possibly, but I be overstimulated, baby. I only got so much capacity in me, okay? So that's my other tip and my other recommendation. Know what kind of reader you are because all of the book events, they have different personalities, different capacity limits, different sizes. They're in different parts of the states. You know, are you someone who wants to travel to the South or do you want to go to New York? Like they're all over, you know? So think about that. Where you want to travel to? Do you want to go by plane? You know, is it somewhere you want to drive to? I really think more of us need to invest and support some of the smaller, more local book events. You know, they deserve love too. So not everybody wants to be at the really big book conferences and book festivals. And it's so many book events now to choose from. You could really choose your own adventure. So think about that when you're planning to go to these events because I do think that is what caused a lot of friction is that there were people who were attending these book events that were unprepared for what type of environment they were encountering. And, you know, maybe that's just not for you. Know that you're going to be standing in line, waiting to get books signed, waiting to meet authors. That's just part of the book event experience. Okay. I'm also going to the Chicago Urban Book Expo that's happening in September. One, I told y'all, if it's an event happening in my city, I'm going to go. I am supporting the local book events. Okay. So I will be at Cube, but I could drive there and come home. Okay. So that's stuff to think about, y'all. A lot of these book events, it's not just getting tickets to the event, but you got to have travel to the event, places to stay. Then you're gonna be buying books. So for some of us, going to multiple events is just not feasible. So I only got so much capacity. So, you know, these aren't really tips that y'all probably needed. You probably know all of this, but I just wanted to add my 2 cents in. So, good luck to everybody that's trying to secure tickets. I hope to see y'all in Atlanta at this event. It really was the highlight for me. And my year's not even over. And I think it's going to be really hard for something to surpass Black Romance Book Fest for me. I hope to see y'all in Atlanta, and may the odds be ever in your favor. So I hope y'all are enjoying the books this month. I have been listening to the audiobook for Tethered by TJ Williams. And y'all, I am really enjoying the narrator. The book is so good, and I swear her accent just add a little razzle dazzle to it. I know I already told y'all that I enjoyed the audiobook narrator, but the way she switched her voice up for the characters I'm just really digging it. But I've been so busy that I've been behind on reading. Working on everything for the event as we get closer to the date. I've had to slow down a bit because, baby, I was like one book a day. It felt like, okay, I really had to fall back some. I had these intentions to join a book creator. She was doing a 30 books in 30 days challenge. I could not keep up because I'm just too busy. And I've been so busy that I've actually haven't been able to listen to my audiobooks at the frequency that I'm used to. I have to listen to audiobooks when I'm not doing something serious because then I can't focus on the book. I'm too focused on the task at hand. So the school year is going to be starting soon. So my main gig, my full-time job has been really busy as we're getting prepared for the students to return. So sitting at my desk listening to audiobooks, like I am so busy and so deep into what I'm doing that I can't pay attention. I'm missing stuff. So I'm like, wait, I need to rewind it. What she say? Because I can't focus, I like just haven't been able to listen to the audiobook. So I've mainly been listening to them on my walks in the morning. And I am very much a multi-book juggler. So I'll listen to an audiobook one day, switch to another one. Like I'm juggling multiple books right now. So I fell a little bit behind. And then the new Spider-Man movie came out. I am very much a Marvel girly. Not even gonna hold y'all, okay? I love Marvel. So I had to go and rewatch the Spider-Man movies to get prepared for Spider-Man Brand New Day to come out. Low key, I wanna see it again. It was so good. And then it made me wanna go back and rewatch stuff because I didn't rewatch The Punisher before this came out. One, I didn't know he was gonna be in the movie. Okay, so it's not like I knew. But then after I went to go see Brand New Day, I'm like, man, I should go back and rewatch Punisher. Like if it's people that had little cameos and stuff, I'm like, let me go back and rewatch that. So now I kind of want to go on a Marvel binge, but I have so much to do. I actually can't even just sit and binge watch TV either. So, it's just that season, that time of the year where everything kind of converges and just creates a lot of work for me. But with that, Audible does have a sale right now. Their books are like 80% off, and it's crazy. Y'all, I think I bought like 12 audiobooks for $20. The audiobooks are like $2, $3, like so cheap. Do not use your credits, okay? Go on there and buy them audiobooks for cash. I got some CCJ audiobooks, Ashley Antoinette, some Jacquel J for the low. The way that Audible be having these sales, and I'm just like stuffing my catalog. I think the sale ends on Monday, but I am so addicted to these audiobooks. And I done got all of my friends addicted, and I'm just getting my life, okay? But yeah, I got like 12 audiobooks for $20. I'm actually probably gonna go back and look and see if it's some more that I can get. I love a good audiobook sale. Okay? Love it. Little $2 holla, $3 holla. Yeah. I'm about to definitely go back and see what I could get my hands on before this sale ends. I saw one girl, she said she bought 80 audiobooks. I get it, sis, because they're priced very cheap, very low. Okay, I definitely get it. But as I'm listening to Tethered, and just thinking about the books. I think this might be the first Black Sapphic science fiction book that I've read. And TJ Williams, how descriptive she is. Like, I really feel like I'm on this spaceship and I could just picture it and visualize it and see it. And these are the type of books that I would love to have adapted into movies. Like, see this on the Sci-Fi Channel, you know? And just the narrator and how she's bringing this book to life for me, it's got me on a hunt. Like, I really want to read more Black Sapphic science fiction books. I really need them. I need some more sci-fi. I do. You know, and not just sci-fi. I want to read dystopian. I want to read apocalyptic, futuristic. I just need more Black Sapphic representation, period, but especially in these type of genres. Okay, I don't know. TJ, she definitely scratched an itch for me, and now I need to read more books like this. But if you are reading this, I do think that you should consider listening to the audiobook because the narrator is phenomenal. But I could be biased. I like when the narrators have accents. I really do. You know, and as much as people had complained about the narrator for Aaron in Jacquel J's book series Capone, I like that she had that thick ass New York accent. I don't know, I feel like the accents add a little razzle dazzle to the book. And this British accent is like really doing it for me. Okay. I had listened to The Butcher and Blackbird. I hope that's not a problematic author because I really didn't do no type of research on the author. I just be reading shit, okay? Just be reading shit. But those books, the narrator has like that Scottish, I want to say it was Scottish, Irish. Oh, they had an accent. And I really liked it. It just added a little razzle dazzle. So, these audiobooks and listening to different ones have just exposed me to so many different narrators and their different styles and how they like really bring these characters to life. And I don't know, y'all, it's really got me going down a rabbit hole. So now the Audible got that sale, I'm definitely about to go and snatch me up some more audiobooks before the sale ends. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all like when the narrators have accents, or does it make it a little difficult for you to understand them? It does not for me. I like an accent. I just think it adds to the character, especially if the person narrating is using the accent that the character has. So I think that's why I liked the narrator for Aaron in Capone. Some people say she sound like DMX. They just be on the internet with all the jokes. But I think that added to the authenticity of the character because she was, a New York girlie or New Jersey. I think it was New Jersey, New York. I can't remember. But East Coast. She had an East Coast accent. To me, it made sense for the book. So I like when they do that. So I do feel like when I'm listening to an audiobook narrator that has an accent, I can't listen to the book on a faster speed. I'm not a 2.0 audiobook speed anyway. I don't listen to books that fast. I usually hover around 1.5. That's my sweet spot is 1.5 speed. I don't know how y'all be listening to these audiobooks that fast and not miss anything. You know, I just don't get it. It doesn't work for me. We all have different ears. My ears don't work that way, baby. I can only do 1.5. And depending on how fast the person already speaks, I can get up to 2.0, but it really depends on the narrator. But I feel like 1.5 to 2.0 is where I hover, but that 1.5 is like a sweet spot for me. Because I need to be able to hear and I want to hear every word, every enunciation. I don't want to miss anything. Otherwise, I feel like I need to go and actually read the book because I'm missing shit. So, yeah, but what's y'all's go-to speed? But I do feel like when it's an accent in the mix like that, I got to slow it down a bit. Plus, I want to savor it. I don't know. Accents just do it for me. I just love it. Okay? I just love it. It's like one of my favorite things. But I did not know I would end up being this type of audiobook girly, but we are here now. I hope that more of the Black Sapphic authors are able to get their books on audiobooks because I think that would help a lot. Okay, it really would. I really enjoyed the audiobook for Off Script by Ava Freeman. And, A.M. Elizabeth Kay, she's one of the audiobook narrators that is going to be joining us for the Book Lovers Fest. And I'm really excited to talk to her and learn more about her journey as an audiobook narrator and how you would even get started in that industry. But she's a narrator that does a lot of the narration for Black Sapphic authors. So she's narrated Peaches and Honey by Carmen Lee and a couple of other Black Sapphic books. So, I just want us to have the same amount of access to audiobooks as everybody else. So, yeah, I don't know what that involves, like how the authors get their books made into audiobooks, but I want to see more. I want to see that catalog grow. But yeah, I am really enjoying Tether and I can't wait to like really deep dive and go into this book with y'all because I'm ready to go in. Just know I want everything bad that could ever happen to happen to Dominic. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay? But I hope y'all are enjoying these books and y'all are ready for the Hunger Games because it is go time to get these tickets. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you for tuning in to the Book Lovers Club. If you love today's episode, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a chapter. And if you're feeling generous, leave a review because those reviews help other lovers find us. So if you want to keep this conversation going, please join me on Instagram or hop on over to Fable to join the virtual book club. And until next time, remember, the stories we read can help us write the love lives of our dreams. See you next Sapphic Saturday.